Hello once again, everybody. This is Rich with High Percent Trading. Thanks for joining us today for this short video. Now, today's video is entitled Don't Overtrade. And one of the common problems that traders have is that they tend to overtrade. And what I mean by that, of course, is once you have gotten some good trades under your belt here and you've gotten close to your goals, you need to stop trading. Otherwise, you run the risk of giving some things back and turning what's a really good profitable session into one that is not quite as profitable, or in the worst case scenario, you turn it into a losing case session. Remember, trading is not a marathon. It's especially on the types of trade setups that you should be looking at on pit opens and after important news events are quickly getting in and out, trading the momentum. Now let's take a look at crude oil from this morning, and I'm going to demonstrate what it is that we're talking about. The pit open in crude oil is 6 a.m. and this is 6 a.m. right here. The first trade in crude oil was long here. You would have gotten a pretty nice scalp out of this. Could have gotten anywhere from 6 to 15 ticks as we ran up and then started to come back down. In applying the two-arrow rule, which means we'll look for another trade in the same direction, momentum-based trade, we would be looking at the trade entry here, and depending on where your stop is, if you had a very tight stop and it got stopped out, you try to come back in one more time, and again, either way it didn't work. So we had a nice trade here followed by a loser here, then a short trade right here, a short trade that you'd be hard pressed to get a scalp on using what we call the second bite out of the apple. You're going to re-enter it here. Actually, the octopus also signaled a trade here on the momentum-based trade, short trade, and again down for about a nice another anywhere from 14 to 16 ticks on a runner. So a nice profitable trade here, a little problem here, another problem here, and then back on the plus side over here. Your next trade setup, again following the two-arrow rule, would have been short here with a tight stop, you got taken out. Long here with the tight stop, you got taken out. And again, a lot of traders get discouraged when this happens. You've had two trades in a row, just like you had over here, that you got stopped out on. The good thing is the stops are relatively small, anywhere from 6 to 7 ticks, right? That's not going to hurt a lot of traders. And then you got your re-entry trade right here, second bite out of the apple right here. Also, the octopus signaled it up. Nice trade to the upside. You're able to recover some nice profit. We came back down. The runner would get stopped out if your stop is under here. But again, this is the next bite out of the apple trade right here. And you got long on this trade. Now this trade was a big home run. This trade moved up. Crude oil made new highs. And on a runner, this is a good 40 ticks on a runner, and that really makes your session. Remember, we're not looking at taking more than the two-arrow rule. Now, at this point in time, this takes us almost to the end of our pit session. It takes us just before 7 a.m. What I wish to reiterate is, with this type of trading, you should be done for the session. You should be done for the day. There's no need to continue trying to take trades, especially when things came a little bit harder than normal. The first trade was good, but then you had this little struggle down in here. The next trade to recover, and then you had the struggle in here, and then you caught the nice big move to the upside. So that should be telling you, when you get up, you give some back, you get up again, you give some back, and then finally when you get your nice big run, and this was the biggest run of the session, it's time to stop. Even if your goal, let's say your goal is $800, and after this, after you've got into the session, you're up 600, it's okay to stop. Stop on the positive side. I just want to show there was one more trade you could have taken here on the short side that got you there. And I know some of the traders took them. But again, there's no reason to do that. And especially when you went through the cycle like we did here, it's okay to stop. And that's what you should do, is stop. Let's take a look at a different market. Same principles, same theory. Let's take a look at a different market from today. All right, this is the Russell contract. A lot of you trade the Russell contract. Again, we're watching only the pit open here, the first half hour of the pit open. This was your first trade entry right here at 6:30, right at the pit open. If we look back, we did have a short trade earlier over here, but again, that was what we call pre-market. That was right after a major report. But here's your trade here. Came down. If you're trading multiple units, you got a nice scalp. If your runner stop was right above here, you never got stopped out. We came all the way back down again, generating about another 30 ticks in profit. So trading a two contract setup and not adding anything, you'd be up close to 420 on the session. For a lot of you, that's a good target. And no need to continue to trade. You're done 6 minutes into the session. Notice we're ignoring the rest of these trade entries following the 2-arrow rule. We're ignoring this, 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 and this. We do look to take the trade again in the other direction, so that would be a long trade here, followed by a second one here all the way to the upside. Now this should really have set your goals, because again, if you caught these trades up through here, it was another good 24 to 28 ticks. That increases your goal and gets you closer to a very good profit for the day. Notice there's about 10 minutes left in the pit open session. Again, we're going to ignore the trade entry here and here because that violates the 2-arrow entry rule in the same direction. And then this would have been your last trade. If you're still trading, short here, coming down, picking up another 20 ticks. But again, what I wish to point out, we're getting deep in here time-wise. We're only trading the first half hour of the pit session. You were already nice and profitable both ways here. Do you really want to continue to trade and give some up? Another excellent way to trade on this, if you're a two contract trader, if you've done two contracts in here, you get your scalp, you get your runner. Two contracts here, you get your scalp, you get your runner, and you really want to take another trade, cut it down to one. Just go with a single entry. Go for either a scalp or a bigger runner. I think the better philosophy on this is, if you've already reached your goals or you're close to your goals and you want to take that extra trade and you want to cut that down to one contract, cut it down and go for the runner. Try to get yourself at least 16 ticks out of it if you can, or more, and then let the market tell you where to get out, which in this case was as you came down into the area down here. This was what's called a phantom trade setup, and also this is an out based on this plateau. You give yourself a good opportunity for a trade to develop, but by the same token, if the trade didn't work and you get stopped out, you're not giving up much. You're giving up maybe $60 on a single entry. Okay, there it is for today. Again, you do not want to overtrade. That's a very important rule. Again, just by way of commentary, the streak continued again. I believe this is the 34th or 35th consecutive trading session now, pit open session in the markets that we follow using this momentum-based trading, which is called the accelerator. Again, profitable in the three markets we follow, crude oil, Russell, and NASDAQ. So thanks for watching, and I hope this helped as far as your trading philosophy. Again, the one comment or one thought to come away with is, when you get close to your goals, don't overtrade, just stop or cut it down like we showed here. So thanks again for watching, everybody. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.